Hello everyone, and welcome to another video from Carl's Tech Shed. Right, what I've got for you today is a little box of computer parts which I bought on eBay. I bought these a couple of weeks ago. They only arrived about a week ago, but what with the excitement of getting my servers the other day, I didn't really have a chance to unpack them. So what I'll do is I'll do an unboxing and show you what's in there. I won these for £8.73 with £12 delivery, so that was about just over £20. That's about 35 US dollars, something like that. Now the most interesting card, the one card I was most interested in before I bought it was this. It seems to be some sort of video capture device. I'm not 100% certain. It's got quite a few of these Ati Rage and LSI Pinnacle chips. So Pinnacle were one of the leading video capture and video editing companies a few years ago. So it's quite an interesting card, really. There's a lot of SRAM on the back as well. So I'd say without a doubt, it's something to do with video capture or video editing. So I'll go through the rest of the box with you. Here we've got, oh, this is old. This is an old, looks like a 1 or 2 meg, excuse me, 1 or 2 meg PCI Trident graphics card. 1994, so that would have been in sort of late 486 or early Pentium systems. What you'll also notice is you've also got 2 spare memory banks, so you could upgrade the memory of the actual graphics card just by dropping extra chips in there. You don't see that at all now. I'll just get rid of some of this paper. Right, get rid of that. Okay, we've got another graphics card here. This time it's an Ati Rage Pro Turbo AGP. Very familiar with these. I used to use these quite a lot about 12 or 13 years ago in sort of late Pentium, early Pentium 2 systems. What else have we got? It's just an anti-static bag. More packaging, more rubbish. Most of this is actually from The Sun, which is a very poorly written tabloid newspaper here in the UK, so I think the bin is the best place for it in any case. Right, this one is another ATI card, but this is a Rage 128 Pro. This is AGP2 by the looks of it. This will probably be about 16 megs. Let's have a look. Oh, that's unusual. Sample only, not for qualification. So this was probably an engineering test sample. Haven't seen that on a graphics card before, I must admit. It's also got DVI port, which makes me think this is sort of late 90s, early 2000s, something like that. Oh yeah, there it is, year 2000. There's also a part number on there, so I'll probably Google that later, but chances are it's going to be about 16 or 32 megs. We've got another one of those Ati Rage cards, but on this one you've actually got a quad flat pack chip rather than the BGA chip that you've got on this one. They're both the same as far as no, sorry, that one's a Rage 2C. This is a Rage Pro Turbo. To be honest, the graphics different. The difference in graphics performance is virtually indistinctive. There's going to be virtually no difference between the two. Now there's also this unusual pin array here. I remember actually looking this up once. This is for, it's a very crude and early version of SLI where you could link, I believe you could link 2 cards together. I think that's what it's for anyway. I'm sure I read that a long time ago. We've also got a AirLancer MC11 PCM CIA card. That's going to be a sort of 11 meg Wi-Fi card, so that'll probably come in handy at some point with an old laptop. A PCI 10100 Lan Card. These ones here, these RTL chips, these are dead easy to get the drivers for, which is why I like them. I've had many of these in the past before, and they're always automatically detected, which I like, especially on older systems which are on 95 or 98 or NT. They just pick it up automatically. What's interesting here though is instead of having the full sort of 28-pin chip for the boot ROM. It's actually just got an 8-pin, a small 8-pin chip instead, which is I haven't seen that before, not on an old network card anyway. Now just go through more of these anti-static bags. There's going to be a few mice in here. That's an old ball mouse. That's probably about 15 or 20 years old. That's actually that's a serial port mouse, so that is quite old, but nevertheless I'll hang on to that. We've got what looks like a bag of network cables. Always come in handy. I'm always needing network cables. This is an interesting little cable here. I've seen one. I haven't used one for many years. This connector actually linked the audio out on a CD-ROM drive to the sound card. This was long before Windows Media Player, when you'd have a program generally in 95 and 98 called CD player, and all it would do is play the CD, and the CD-ROM drive would directly output the audio signal as analog, and that would just go directly to the sound card and amplify it. So you'd have left, right and ground. It's just a 3-pin cable on a 4-pin connector. Not many of those, not much use for them now, but still nonetheless I'll hang on to it. There's another one of those cables there. What else have we got? More network cables. To be honest, I think this whole bag is just going to be cables, so I think I might just skip that. Let's have a look in here. We've got another one of those 11 meg network cards. What's this? The home computer, 1975. It's a leaflet of some kind, okay. Now this is where it starts to get a little more interesting. We start to get some PCI and AGP cards again. So just bear with me a moment. Pull this bag up. Right, now this is a very interesting card. Not many of these about nowadays. This is the Diamond Multimedia Fire GL 3000. As you can see, this has the additional memory pack installed, so whoever bought this would have, if they were a business, they would have had a specific use for the additional memory. If they were a home user, they must have spent a small fortune on this at one point. As you can see, it's got 4 meg. It's got 4 meg VRAM and 8 meg DRAM ticked. So that's from 1996. So imagine having 8 megs of video RAM in 1996. There's a large quad flat pack there, which is the video display controller. There's some smaller chips up here. These are odd. These are IBM chips. They've got like a resin over the top, so they feel relatively smooth, but you've still got the edges on here. You've also got the you've got like a, how many pins is that? Like a 3, 4, 5, 6, 8-pin port there. That's probably going to be like S-video output. Then you've got the dual monitor output, and on the back you've just got some SRAM, and you've also got some other ASIC chips. Not entirely sure what they're for yet. You've got an advanced logic chip as well. So overall, a very interesting card, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if I can get the drivers for that somewhere. Right, let's see what else we've got in here. I must admit, I do love some of these old boards. It brings back a lot of memories having a look at these. No pun intended there, by the way. Right. This is another Ati Rage Pro Turbo 2 times. That's a AGP2. But the unusual part about this is it's got the additional memory, which is, it looks like a laptop sewed in, but it's most likely going to be the equivalent of PC66, so it's very slow memory. It's probably only going to be about 4 megs originally, upgraded to 8 megs with the additional memory. Again, just a standard 15-pin D-sub connector on the back there. Let's clear some of this out. What's that? Yeah, it's just another one of the same card, but hasn't got the additional memory on top. Let's get rid of some more of this paper for once. Now these are old heatsinks off the old slot 1 Pentium 2 chips. Originally you would have had a Pentium 2 which was in like a cartridge, and then you would have clipped this to the back. I'm quite surprised some of these are in the original boxes, so might be quite collectible at some point, but maybe not today. just get rid of some of these. We've got another brand new mouse in the box. Laughingly says it's Windows 2000 compatible. I think just about anything would be Windows 2000 compatible as long as it physically plugged into the machine. We've got another heatsink there. Let's see what else we've got. What's that? It's a 25 pin RS232 and mouse connector there, so that's a serial and mouse port. We've got a series of these ATX power supply extenders. These are actually going to come in very handy. I'm actually quite surprised to find them in here. Very useful. We've got a couple of, what's that, an S-video lead? Well, what with HDMI, everybody uses HDMI now, so that's a bit out of date. We've got another pair of, well, that's actually a serial port, that's a parallel printer port. These would have been used on old 486 boards where they would have been an AT connector, and what you would have had a series of riser pins on the motherboard, and you would have just plugged these in and then dropped these into the PCI slots on the case. Now unfortunately I think my battery's going to run out in a moment, so I'll be as quick as I can, and then in a moment I'll change the battery and I'll carry on. So let's see what else we've got in here. Fire GL1, this sounds interesting. Let's see what's in here. Aha, more graphics cards. Let's hope it is what it says on the box. Let's have a look. Nope, it's just another one of them old ATI cards. I seem to be plagued with the damn things now. WinTV Express PCI TV tuner card. Unfortunately now this is going to be completely useless here in the UK, well it's at least where I am, because the analog signal has been switched off and we're all digital now, so unless you're going to use it as a video capture card, it's not much use. Okay, I've just plugged my video camera into the mains now, so we should be okay. Right, we've got an IDE cable, 80 conductor, 40 pins. Again, that's brand new and sealed, so no reason not to keep that. We've got another Microsoft mouse here. This is a genuine Microsoft mouse, PS2 interface. What have we got? IntelliMouse 1.1a, and that's just got a normal 6-pin PS2 connector. Now this is some sort of connector for a video card of some kind. It's most likely to that diamond card we found earlier, which has got the 8-pin connector on the end. So that'll probably go with that. Now in the rest of this box, let's see what else there was. Oh yeah, there was a Matrox MGA. This is actually a 4 MB card. Again, it's got these additional risers for, I think one of them would be for memory and another one would be probably for an additional ports. Definitely not another VGA port because it hasn't got the capability, but possibly even some sort of video output, something like that. Look at this one. Elsa. I'm not sure who makes the chip for that because it's covered up by a heatsink and fan. Oh, Eraser 3 Pro. Can't say I've had one of these before, so I'm not sure of the specs, but again, just by looking at it, it's most likely a 8 or 16 meg card. Now, there's an unusual connector on the back here. This would be for some sort of breakout box or breakout cable, which would go to TV out, S-video, and connectors such as that. Also, bear in mind there's a Connexent chip here, which I've seen many times. This is a digital to analog converter, so that would be for decoding the digital signals and converting them into a composite TV signal. Now we've got a few more of these IDE 80 conductor 40 pin cables. What else have we got? Another Intel 10100 Lan Card. We've got another 80 conductor IDE cable. What's in here? Phones for all. It's not going to be phones, hopefully. Oh good, it's a load of cables. That is a IDE. I think all of these are IDE. There's no floppy or SCSI in here. Let's let's have a look at the rest of them. Yeah, more cables just in the bottom here. Let's move some of these. What have we got here? Looks like another graphics card. Yeah, this is a Matrox G200 8 meg card. Again, 15 pin connector, D-sub connector, and AGP 2 interface. Haven't seen one of these for a while. It's an old 56k PCI V90 modem made by Lucent. You've got the all the circuitry up here for the phone line, and then you've got the little speaker up there. It's quite unfortunately not much use for that now, so I'll probably just end up going to my box of bits for all eternity. I just don't have the heart to throw anything out, unfortunately. Now this is unusual. I haven't seen one of. I'll be perfectly honest, I haven't seen one of these before. This looks like it's out of an Apple Mac. I don't know why. It just speaks to me and says Apple Mac. Let's have a look. Use memory module. And it's got a part number. It's an ATI 64 something 64. What is that? I can't read it. Unfortunately, I can't read that. Yeah. I was right. Apple Mac 64, so that's definitely an Apple graphics card, so that's again probably going to be about 2 or 4 megs, and it's got the unusual connector on the back there for the monitor. Another 2 meg. I'm going to have to skip through some of these because it's getting a bit tedious. Yeah, we've just got another compact 10100 Lan card in there and a cheap video card. What else have we got in here? I'm running out of space now. Let's try and get some of these out. It looks like there's some memory in here, so it's probably only going to be PC133. Yeah, another S3 Trio AGP2 card. What have we got here? A WinFast 3D S900 graphics card with an Intel i740 chipset. TV out, VGA. Would have been a good card in its day. What else have we got? Just got a few bits of, yeah, these are old 72 pin Sims. That one actually looks like could be, can't be ECC, I don't know, it might be. These aren't ECC, nor is that, but that could be. It's got an additional chip in the middle there, not sure what that's for otherwise. There's some more cards in the bottom here. Yep, we've got an Intel graphics card there. I'm not sure what that size is, never mind. Another one of those damn cards I'm plagued with for now. Now we've got some other cards here. This is unusual. Colour Graphics Communications 1995, a dual output graphics card there. It's even got a pat testing thing on there from 2007. Wow, that's unusual. They'd be using that recently. Pro Lighting V Plus PCI, so it must have been quite an advanced graphics card if you've got a certain use for it. It wouldn't have been for gaming or anything like that, most likely for CAD or something like that. Let's have a look. Now this is interesting. This is a Voodoo 3DFX Voodoo 3000 16 meg AGP 4 card. I should know, I had one of these for a couple of years. Damn good graphics card in its day. Still worth a pretty penny on eBay. Another card there, Ati Rage 128. Don't confuse that with 128 megs. No, that's I don't know why they call it 128. It's only got about 2 or 4 megs of memory. Let's see what else we've got. Alright, what's in this box? See, a lot of these say mobile phones. I just hope they're not phones. Good. More cables, more plates. We've got, that's an unusual one. That is looks like some sort of audio or video output which would have connected to a small 2-pin connector on the board or on a riser card. Another parallel port and PS2 combo. More of these audio risers and a few other bits. Again, a lot of these are probably the best part of 15 or 20 years old, so would have been used in sort of early Pentiums and 486s. and possibly earlier. I'll pop them over there for now. Right, what else have we got? Another anti-static bag. We have, well, someone seems to have done a bit of a custom job on this, a little bit of a bodge. It's some sort of Nvidia graphics card. I can't see which model it is unless it's on the back. No, not sure of the model number on that. But yeah, someone's pinned a very small heatsink onto that, which I can't imagine it giving a huge amount of performance benefit with that, but never mind. Again, I think there's either 2 or 4 megs on there, and it's 1997, so 2 or 4 megs would be about right. And there's a 15-pin VGA on the back and AGP2 interface there. We'll start to get down to the bottom of the box finally. This is a diamond graphics card. This is a PCI 15-pin VGA again. This is going to be about 16 megs, might even be 32, I can't say for certain. There's no model number on here other than Diamond Multimedia, so most likely this board would have been mass manufactured and then different chipsets put onto the board. I can see a few pads for unpopulated components on there, especially on the back as well, so yeah, it's most likely going to be either 16 or 32 meg. We've got some more cards down at the bottom here. These are all graphics cards. Another ATI card, Rage 128 Pro, nothing special there. Another, what's this, Creative Labs, GB 0010. Ah, there we go, GeForce 2 GTS. So it's actually an Nvidia chipset on a Creative Labs PCB. That's another empty bag now. Let's get these out. Right, now we've got now this is a video capture card made by, again, Pinnacle Systems. Model is Redstone 5. There's also a model number there. Known as a, looks like it says pre-production card. Now this may be what one of those riser cards was for, where it had a small composite output and a 2-pin connector. It says here we've got video in and video out, so it's most likely going to be a duplicate of what's on here. I'm not 100% certain though. I'm not sure whether it could handle 2 inputs and 2 outputs just by looking at it, but it's a possibility. I mean, that's why it's got, could be why it's got the extra ports on there. But yeah, very useful card if you're into editing standard def video. The only thing is there'd be no, I don't think there'd be any audio on that, so you'd have to use your own sound card for that. We've got oh yes, the old-fashioned Opti ISA sound card, 16-bit ISA. Not many of these about now. Had a few of these many years ago. The actual sound quality wasn't that bad, especially if you're playing DOS games and such. In any case, if you're playing retro games, DOS games, old Windows games, sometimes these are absolutely essential because they're the only cards you can get drivers for, which are going to run these old games. Also, you'll notice that at the top we've got these CD-ROM inputs, which I mentioned earlier with that cable. So you would have put your CD-ROM drive into one of these ports, depending on the branding, and then it would have just amplified the analog signal from the CD-ROM drive. Also, there's a MIDI or joystick port on the back there, which you don't see anymore. Most of that is all USB now. We've got another STB systems now. This is most likely going to be another Voodoo free FX. So that's going to be a Voodoo free, possibly Voodoo free 2000. Yeah, it's going to be the 2000 model because it hasn't got the TV out on there. As you see, the pads are there, but the digital to analog converter for the composite signal is missing. So that's a Voodoo free 2000 card. Another anti-static bag. What have we got here? Just a normal USB A to B cable. More cable, different bits and pieces. Let me get some of these out. These are not all that interesting, to be honest. Useful, but not interesting. More cables. Now we've also got, what's this, an old DVD-ROM drive. By the looks of it, it's not a DVD writer, is it? DVD master. Nope, just a standard DVD-ROM. 10 a penny nowadays, but I still remember buying my first DVD-ROM back in 2001. It cost me $129.99 in PC World, so there's some memories for you. We've got, I hope this is in here, I hope so. This looks like an interesting card. Let's have a look. Yes, it is. This is a 3DFX Voodoo 2 Banshee, if I remember correctly. This is a video. What do they call this now? It's basically like an enhanced graphics card where you'd plug your existing 3DFX graphics card into it, maybe a Voodoo 1 or a Voodoo 2. You would then loop it through here, and then it would increase the frame rate, the pixel, it increased the polygon rate and different shaders and lighting and things like that. I think these have got about 8 megs, or no, actually I think these have got 12 megs of RAM on the board, which is quite interesting, because most graphics cards have multiples of 4, so you've got 4, 8, 16, 32 and so on, but this has 12 megabytes of RAM, which is unusual. So I'm quite pleased that was in the box there. Let's have a look what else is in here. Oh, screwdriver will always come in handy. Got what's that? Another just a USB cable. And we've got a small heatsink. Now this looks like it's come off an old Socket 7 Pentium 1 or late 486, something like that. Most likely a Pentium because it's got the fan on. A lot of 486s didn't have fans on the heatsinks. And yeah, I think that's about it. Nothing else in there to show. Well, overall, I think that's a pretty good haul for £20. I'd certainly, the way I look at it is, if I saw all of these at a car boot sale, I'd certainly be happy to pay £20 for that lot. I'd say some of the graphics cards alone, especially the 3DFX ones, they're certainly worth buying. And again, these Diamond GL, I'll have to see if I can get that fired up at some point. See if I can get some drivers and such, try and run a few benchmarks, see how that performs versus one of the old Matrox cards or something. But yeah, all of this is going to have to go back in the box now. Well, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll try and have a teardown up soon of, I've got some GPS units there which I've had kicking about for a while now, so I won't say too much about them. I'll put a video up soon, and I'll see what's inside one. So thanks for watching, and see you soon.